All right. Here we go.
We're doing the right thing.
Yeah, we're doing it in my world.
And we didn't do it earlier. These things are what that's what you do now. You have to
Breathe in,
exercise, vocal stuff.
Hi, my name is Canute, and I'm the host of In My World, and I'm in Dean's World, and I'm at Dean's studio, and so you can see the high quality, high tech and stuff. And like I said, my name is Canute, and my guest today is Dean Reynolds, a dear friend for 20 plus years. Dean is a musician. He's a coach. What coach are you again?
Music coach.
Music coach. He's a music coach. He's let's do it again. That was good enough.
Music coach and music publisher. That was really good.
That was really
off the
good.
cuff, like bam.
Yeah, off the cuff. We should probably keep this as an intro. Let's do it again. Hi, my name is Canute, and I'm the host of In My World. And today we're in Dean's World. We're in his studio, and you can see the HD thing and the key, chroma key and stuff. But my guest is a dear friend for over 20 years. He's a musician, he's a music coach, and he's a music publisher. Help me welcome Dean Reynolds. Dean.
So, man.
Oh, go on.
Man, thanks for coming to the crib.
My audience knows I'm a drop pat one more time.
Yes, sir.
His audience is the more uppity kind of music publishing.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Oh my goodness. So music publishing is so important. So music publishing is the backbone of the music industry. And for me being a Jamaican, I try to really coach the Caribbean artists as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I find that even
They
though
don't know about it.
that a lot of them don't know a jack about it. And independent artists alike.
Losing money, eh?
Bro. So anytime you hear a song
Mm-hmm.
anywhere at all,
Mm-hmm.
someone is being paid.
On the radio,
television, game, toothbrush,
yeah,
greeting card,
yeah.
a songwriter is getting paid.
Wow. You hear that, guys? So we're going to dig into music publishing. So I write a song.
Yeah.
I am the composer of the song.
Yeah.
I have the composition of music on there.
Yeah.
And I put the song out. I put it out on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've conquered the world because now my album is out
Yeah.
and it's there. What do I do after that?
All right. So first of all, let's go back. If you record a song in the studio,
yes,
and you had other people in the studio, you need a thing called a split sheet. You should never record a song with anyone in the studio without a split sheet, because the split sheet documents all of the percentages.
Yes.
While you're there, not 2 months down the road or 2 days down the road.
So I've had this where people say, yeah, man, we just go and play something and thing, and then afterwards they want a certain amount of percentage. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but
so,
that needs to be dealt with
right then and there.
Yes,
so
sir.
So John is getting 5%,
yes.
Mary's getting 2%.
Yes.
You're getting 15. And it adds up to how many percent?
So here's the trick with music publishing. We always talk about 100%, but it's really 200%.
200%.
Let me explain. I always get that look.
People. Whoa. I thought it was 100% and 50. Okay, 200%.
So it's 100% for the writer's share.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wrote a song and you wrote part of it, and I wrote a song and I wrote part, there are two songwriters,
mm-hmm.
and you want 60 and I get 40. That's 100. Mm-hmm. The 100 is done.
Mm-hmm.
Music publishing is something totally different. That's 100 sitting over there by itself.
For the music.
So the music publishing part is the sound recording and the master.
Oh,
that's music publishing.
Okay.
So you in the US there are like 3 main PROs, performance rights organization.
Yeah.
There's BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC. And then there's another one called GMR. They're more on the licensing side. So the law states that they have to send the music share or the writer's share to the writer, but the music publishing share goes to the music publisher. So if you don't have a music publisher as a songwriter, by law, they're not going to send you that publishing money unless you open Neil Canute Publishing separately.
Okay, so I'm a songwriter,
Yeah.
and I'm an innovator. I'm a music creator.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to boldly say I'm a musician,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I want to be like, no, I'm not a musician. But the music is in my head, and I put it on a voice note, and I send it to my, my other producers and musicians.
Yeah.
And so there are times when I want to have a song about crackers,
Yeah.
and like we had some great crackers,
Yeah.
and so I come up with this idea of a song that's gonna talk about crackers,
Yeah.
and I come to you and I say I have a song about crackers,
Yeah.
and you go and write the song,
Mhm.
and then I think that I have some say to say I helped you write a song about crackers.
Yeah.
I gave you the scope of it
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Now, am I at liberty to say I want X amount of percentage, or should I just say I just gave you an idea about crackers and then I could just skip on my way?
You have 100% liberty to say, "Hey, man, I need a piece of this." So this is where the split sheet comes back. I always go back to it
Yeah,
because
I failed with that.
I've never met anyone who does it.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
And
It's always handshake deals.
there's a version online. There's you can go to songsplits.com. I think you can
Yeah.
do it online.
Mhm.
So let's say your aunt or your cousin
Mhm.
who visited you from Jamaica or somewhere,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
at your house. So you
Mhm.
go into the studio.
Mhm.
He or she came along,
Mhm.
and you think it's cool.
Mhm.
That cousin just got the vibe while you were recording and writing the song,
Mhm.
and gave you a crazy hook, and it could be 3 lines, but those 3 lines are so freaking dope. Where like, yo, bro,
That's the song.
I like that,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, man, I like, yeah, go ahead, yeah,
Mhm.
and you put that in the record, and the record is doing well.
Mhm.
Here's the trick: money always changes perception.
You hear that, guys?
Always. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Your mom, your pops, your
Yeah.
cousin, your auntie.
You're bridging from long
As
time.
soon as that song blows up, I
Everybody's
promise you that guy's coming back
Everybody
and say,
changed.
"Hey, I helped you write that song. I wrote that song, and I need 20%." So you know what the professionals say? No one is allowed in the music session, in the recording session, unless you are a part of the session. That's what they say.
So I don't hype them. I hype when them say you can't come in the session if it's a
No,
closed
no, no.
session.
You're not supposed to. Like you're really not supposed to, because it's a writing session.
Yeah.
One, you are in on what they're writing about. That's not going to be out yet.
Yeah.
Two, you can say something, and I might get in trouble for this, but this is why Diddy made so much in publishing.
Uh-huh.
He would just show up and just give one hook, or he would just give a line,
Uh-huh.
and he wants 5% or 10%,
Yeah,
as he
that's fair.
should.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that adds up.
Yeah.
So what was what was what was the Jesus, I can't get a word.
Well, my thing now after all of that is how you got started. What drive you to say, you know what, I want to learn about this thing? Like, too many people are what? Not you, are you seeing people like falling by the wayside and not getting compensated, or you
Great
just had this
question.
affinity for another side of the music business? Because you started out as a musician, as
Yeah.
a guitarist,
Yeah.
and then a bass player. I learned that just now.
Yeah.
And then you were, an awesome musician.
Yeah.
The work ethics on Dean is like crazy. He
Thank you.
practices a lot,
Thank
and
you.
he replicates whatever you're given to it, because he's playing for top musician. For back in the day when I knew him, and now still playing for top musicians. And these guys, if you don't know your chops, you can't play for them. So
100%.
so Dean has always been that musician, and when he moved away, I was sad, like, well, bitches we can play, But anyways, you were a staunch musician, and then you veer off into publishing and then music coaching.
So-
But let's talk about publishing. What made you to do that?
Very, very great question, and I really appreciate this interview, by the way. So I went on a hiatus, a
Mhm.
break in 2010 when my son was born in 2008.
Mhm.
And I was at that time I had a full-time video production company. I
Mhm.
was traveling the country shooting. I produced a video show on TV.
Mhm.
I was doing a lot of that. So I took that break from 2010. I came back in 2013.
Mhm.
At that time, it was Divine Entertainment.
Mhm.
Then I consulted with a lot of people and professionals, and they told
Mhm.
me to brand myself. So I
Yeah.
came up with Demons Media,
Yeah.
and I said, all right. At that point, I was doing artist management and booking and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. Then I came back and started doing some more of that.
Mhm.
And in 2013
Mhm.
is when I started talking. I developed this great friendship with this girl from BET. She worked there for 10 years,
Mhm.
and she started telling me how publishing works
Mhm.
and how copyright works and how they pay and how much they pay for songs and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And I just developed this sense, man, of helping people
Wow.
to protect their
Wow.
rights.
Yeah.
And that's where it started. I started,
Mhm.
and I went to Berkeley College of Music,
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
and I studied
Prodigy Brothers.
music publishing 101. And
Yeah.
just the passion it never dies.
Yeah.
And my job now is to coach people.
Yeah.
You know, I there was this Christian song called "Let Praises Rise"
Yeah.
that did extremely well for the
Mhm.
artist. I mean,
Mhm.
when I say extremely well, she's Bahamian. I mean, when we met her, she was at 12,000, no, 240,000 views on her YouTube channel for that song.
Mhm.
And I mean, right now it's over 5 million
Wow.
streams, and we have gotten a lot of um, mechanical where people would record her song
Yeah.
from French, Spanish.
Yeah.
Uh, People will turn it into calypso,
Mhm.
reggae. So anytime someone records somebody else's song,
Yeah.
then you have to pay them, that 9.1 cents per download
Yeah.
or per copy. So
Yeah.
that's where the passion came from. She was a
Wow.
very first client, and yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. Wow. So you are on your way. You're doing music publishing. You're
yeah,
doing you're helping out for a greater cause. What drive you to now wanting to coach people to learn about the music business?
very good, very good. So I no longer. So the part of music publishing that I really focus on right now is the coaching,
Mm-hmm.
because it really bothers me. Like my heart yearns
Mm-hmm.
to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been helping people.
Yeah.
I know a lot of independent artists.
Mm-hmm.
They call me all the time
Mm-hmm.
and text, asking a question,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm working on my Facebook group, Music and Social.
Yeah.
So
That's coming
so
online
so
soon, right?
yeah, so we all could come into that community and get these questions answered. So the passion comes from me helping community. I love helping people, love helping
Mm-hmm.
community,
Mm-hmm.
and it really sucks because I've spoken to a lot of artists,
Mm-hmm.
independent artists, mainly Caribbean artists. No shade, and I've just asked them certain
Shade.
certain questions, and they just don't know. I
Yeah.
said, "Are you registered with the PRO?" They said, "PR what?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Performance Rights Organization."
Yeah.
They said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And for me, that's not good.
Yeah.
So you're out there recording. You are a recording artist.
Mm-hmm.
20, 15 years, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even know if your songs are registered.
Yeah, they're
That
they're just
sucks,
depending on
bro.
sales, and it's because of lack of education in our space,
Yeah,
and so that's why I wanted to stop by and chat with you
I
because
appreciate that.
I've seen it so many times where people, like I said, in my reenactment earlier,
Yeah,
a lot of people just want to just rush to the studio, record their stuff, put it out, print some CDs wherever CDs are being printed, reasonable cost, and just run for the races to just sell those CDs
yeah,
and put up online. And some people are even afraid of online digital downloads or digital distribution,
yeah,
and they don't even pay attention to if the songs are registered, meaning
yeah,
copywritten,
yeah.
or if they're being published. So nobody can
Sure.
sing your song if it's not being up for you know to be published or shopped.
All right. I want to drop some knowledge on copyright, which is a very tricky and sticky
Hmm.
subject.
Hmm.
So there's a thing called the bundle of rights. So
Hmm.
anytime a song becomes tangible, meaning anytime a song leaves your mind, leaves your
Hmm.
brain,
Hmm.
and it's recorded in the studio
Hmm.
on your cell phone, on a microphone, you wrote it on a napkin
Mm-hmm.
in a book, you
Mm-hmm.
typed it,
Mm-hmm.
then it becomes tangible. As soon as that happens, you are allotted 6 different copyrights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called a bundle of rights.
Mm-hmm.
The rights to distribute derivative work, which means you can alter somebody else's song and call it your own. That's the law.
Mm-hmm.
And let me look at my note. And it's basically derivative rights,
Mm-hmm.
which means you can alter somebody else's song,
Mm-hmm.
make it your own. Um, Replication rights,
Mm-hmm.
you reproduce,
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely do that. The rights to distribute,
Mm-hmm.
performance rights. Which is a very big piece. So you can't just go to the club, sing somebody else's song, and if you do, then that songwriter gets paid because
Mm-hmm.
every club owner, every event space owner has to have what's called um, from they can get it from ASCAP
Mm-hmm.
or BMI, a blanket license.
Mm-hmm.
So that blanket license covers them
Mm-hmm.
to record or to protect all the songs that are being sung on their stage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole
Yeah.
different piece. So that's copyright in a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
the bundle of rights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, however, when that song is recorded, let's talk about copyright.gov.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important.
Most people are
So
not in the U.S. though.
so
When
yeah,
you talk
so
about the U.S., you
so
talk about the Caribbean
right,
if you
so
can.
right. So in the US we have the copyright.gov, which you can definitely copyright your song. But the thing is, you do that really in case you catch flack for a court or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because these rights that I just named,
Mm-hmm.
you are protected by
Mm-hmm.
law.
Mm-hmm.
And all of your recordings are time stamped.
Mm-hmm.
So you are protected.
Mm-hmm.
But in the event that someone came and said you use part of their song,
Mm-hmm.
then the copyright.gov piece. Now, in the Caribbean or wherever you're from, you have to definitely go to your local PRO, your performance rights organization. In Jamaica is JCAP. In the UK is PRS for music. And you have COSCAP, I think, in I think it's Trinidad or Barbados. Don't quote me on that, but you just have to check with your local PRO. And every local PRO has a list of all the different places that you can record or that you can copyright your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
just like a copyright.gov. But it's important to do that. Why? Because when your song gets played on terrestrial radio, which is a traditional radio, only a BMI or a JCAP or a COSCAP or a PRS for music can pay you royalties.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So all the internet
So
stations
yes,
are not.
yeah. So the internet stations, that's something totally different. So you have interactive streams
I'm
and
taking it.
so you have interactive streams and non-interactive streams.
Mm-hmm.
So you have what's called in America sound exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So sound exchange is really for the non-interactive stream.
Mm-hmm.
So the internet radio, when you watch television and you watch music choice and music is on your TVs,
Mm-hmm.
that's where sound exchange comes in.
Wow.
Soundexchange.com.
Wow.
So there's a lot of money, and they hold the money for a few years,
Mm-hmm.
and then they give it away. BMI, they hold the money and they put it in a thing called a black box. After a certain amount of time passes, you know who gets the money? The highest bidder gets your money. He ain't getting mine. I'm registered, baby.
All right.
And I wanted to see.
I
By the way, you have to control me. I get very passionate and I take over.
no like
So
I'm here twitching on the show because I'm like I opened Pandora's box and we're hearing about Black Box. So talk
yeah,
to me now, Dean.
yeah,
I'm an artist.
yeah,
I have a good song.
yeah,
I decide I'm going to take it outside of the bathroom and go into the recording studio.
yeah,
Everybody around me at church or
yeah,
on the street corner or wherever says I have a good voice, I can sing or
yeah,
I can rap, I can spit bars.
yeah.
What's the first thing I need to do as an artist?
Very good question. Right now in my coaching program, I got this girl who's working on an EP. So the first thing that you should do is to register with a PRO in
Mm-hmm.
your country.
Yeah.
Every country has at least one.
Yeah.
Register with your PRO, get your song or songs splits worked out,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to put your name, the title of the song. It's gonna ask you publisher, yes or no. Are you your own publisher? All that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. That's the first thing I think anyone should do
Mm-hmm.
before they even record. But however, if you decide to record the song, you're still good.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of steps, copyright your stuff, go to your local PRO and register.
Mm-hmm. Talk to us about your coaching program, what you have going on, and how people can get signed up on that.
So my coaching program, you can go to deanreynoldsmedia.com. The one that we're in now is going to end the end of February 2020. It's been going on for, it's a 12-week program.
Mm-hmm.
So we take people through the songwriting process,
Mm-hmm.
and we go through diction. A lot of people, once again, because I'm Caribbean, so I can say it, we tend to box our language musically.
Mm-hmm.
So diction is very important. I think if you want to reach the masses, or you want to break barriers, because I think even if you're singing reggae, what you need to realize, or dance hall, because reggae is more understood because it's more of a sing along, even if the words are not pronounced properly, right? But the dance hall tends to be dubbed over Jamaican patois.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what happens is the accents and the beat itself
Mm-hmm.
that draws people in.
Yeah.
They don't. A lot of them don't understand jack,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's one thing. But if my thing is, if it's patois. Make it authentic. If it's English,
Yeah, 100%.
I that's one of my pet peeves.
Mm-hmm.
If it's English, it needs to be English.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when artists say they're singing an English song, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not English.
Yeah. It's
So,
broken
but
language type stuff.
that's just me though.
Mm-hmm.
So we teach diction. We teach you how to make, like, we provide producers as well.
Mm-hmm.
We also, if you come with your songs produced, we comb through it and we find the parts. And this young lady, she's an amazing vocalist. She, to be honest with you, she is an amazing writer.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing a 6-song EP. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be very honest with you because I have a lot of A&R background.
Mm-hmm.
All of those 6 songs, each
Mm-hmm.
of those songs is a hit.
Nice. Nice.
It's, you don't even find that these
Yeah.
days, man. You
Yeah.
buy an album with 10 songs,
And it's not even.
and 5 is like okay, or 3 like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's what we focus on, just developing the artist,
Mm-hmm.
the writer, the
Mm-hmm.
creator. We also teach them how to be heard or be known on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure her Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
is up. We just created her page for her, taught her how to do that. Her
Mm-hmm.
YouTube was down. We fixed that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that good stuff is that we're doing our
Mm-hmm.
coaching program.
Nice. Now, if you are an artist and you feel like you need to go to the next level, please connect with Dean. If you're an artist and you haven't had those things checked off, please get that sorted out. Go sign up with an agency, and make sure you're covered copyright wise, and at least you have these things in place. Now, Dean, how do I get my song placed in an ad or in a game, or just about anywhere?
Yeah, that part is very, very, very difficult, but it's called music licensing.
Mm-hmm.
So, for, let's say, for a film, you would
Mm-hmm.
want to connect with a music supervisor,
Mm-hmm.
but music supervisors operate out of relationships. They
Mm-hmm.
don't like when you solicit songs to them and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that comes by you going to different functions,
Mm-hmm.
meeting them, and
Okay.
whatnot. But having a hot record too also helps.
Yeah.
Uh, um, and you can start with just reaching out to someone on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
social media. Some
Yeah.
respond, some don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want a music supervisor for film.
Mm-hmm.
For ads, it could be any music supervisor or any ad manager. Like every
Mm-hmm.
and this is what a lot of people don't know. Almost every company has a music department
Really?
because when you talk
Walmart?
about like, yeah, a lot
Walmart?
of like, you want to
So you mean
place
while
an
shopping, you could be like going to the
yeah, because
directory at Walmart.
remember, every company basically has an ad.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I should.
you're gonna
Duh.
need someone who's gonna vet the
Yeah,
music,
yeah.
whether the person is in house
Mm-hmm,
or contractor.
mm-hmm,
But that person is gonna vet the music.
mm-hmm.
You just need to know how to find those
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And there are some websites out there that you can
Mm-hmm,
be a part of as well,
mm-hmm,
gateway.com.
mm-hmm.
But it's hard.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
it's a competition. It's a fight.
yeah.
But I always say the music should stand out. If your
Mm-hmm,
music is dope,
mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm.
definitely should stand out.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for
Man, my
joining
pleasure,
us,
man. I
for
love
being
stuff like
here.
this, bro.
Yeah, I
Oh
know
my
there's
god.
much more we could go on and on,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got something from this. And like I said, check Dean out. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you get to be the first one to see the video. It's right here. It's somewhere there. It's down there. And share it. Tell a friend. Dean Reynolds, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Much
it, dude.
respect, legend. All
Respect.
right. See you next time. I'm Canute.
Peace.